Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, it is with a mixed bag of emotions that I bring you entry number 5, the final entry, at least for now, into the Dev Diary. As always, I am flanked by Jonah. Jonah, how are you doing today?
Fabulous, Robert. How about yourself?
Well, Jonah, we've come to the end, and this is kind of what our whole series has built up to. What we are here to talk to you about today is the Stealth Launcher. So, why don't you kind of give me a little bit of background, a little bit of bird's eye view, Launcher 101. What exactly is the Stealth Launcher?
So the Stealth Launcher is comparable to other game launchers on the market. There's a few real big ones. Ours is pretty much like theirs, right? Whenever you go to the shop feature or whatever, you connect to our Forge where you can buy the NFTs and stuff like that. And so the Stealth Launcher is a game market, but it's powered by NFTs, and so it's specifically for NFT gaming. We don't exclude non-NFT or non-blockchain games, but it is envisioned as specializing in blockchain gaming.
That sounded like a little bit of a personal shot there, and I think might have something to do with why you created the launcher in the first place, on the lines of exclusion. So am I correct in assuming that? Like, what inspired you guys to not only build the Forge, to build the token, to build the NFTs, but to build the game, but in addition be able to build the launcher for it?
Sure. Well, part of the allure or the big promise of blockchain, of crypto, is decentralization, right? Having the control and the authority in your own hands, right? And so we thought to make a blockchain specific launcher, and it was just by a twist of fate that we launched this secret project in the background. We called it Project Stealth, right? Named after the F-117 Alpha, and so it was just a secret project, a skunk work, if you will. It turns out that as we got to a point where we were kind of asking each other, well, when do we reveal this project? It turns out that like within a day or two of us really kind of like sitting down and asking, when do we do this? The big game launcher on the market did a press release, and they kicked all the blockchain NFT games off of their platform. And so we were like, well, obviously we announce it now. And so and that's what we did. And since then, we've taken delivery of the product from the team working on it, and I like the product. I've used it to download games based on NFTs on the Forge, and played those games, and so it's working. I can't wait to actually release it.
So you and the team behind the scenes have had a little bit of taste of it. For those of us who aren't so privileged, what are kind of some of the things that makes the stealth launcher unique? What makes it or material, if you will?
Well, it really goes back to the blockchain integration, right? The way that it fits within the system, right? In and of itself, it appears to be just your standard gaming marketplace, okay? But taken it as a whole, the system has a distribution network, a development network for blockchain-enabled apps, right? And so the Stealth Launcher can deliver any digital content. We're thinking that the big draw is going to be movies and games for it, right? Specifically, but we're working on getting OTT contracts and stuff like that to deliver that sort of content, books, everything else. I mean, we're really trying to build it to be sort of the Amazon of blockchain, if you catch my drift.
No, definitely. It sounds like a hub of anything and everything that you might ever want on the blockchain. That's really cool. And obviously we know that Osiris Protocol is going to be there, and some of your in-house NFT projects are going to be on there. For any developers that are listening to this outside of your inner circle of developers, will there be ways for them to get whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's games, and be able to put that onto that stealth launcher?
Yeah, absolutely. So, step one is to reach out, right? You could start out by just minting the NFT that'll back your content on the Forge, but I would recommend reaching out, right? And we have methods in place for that. We have contact info, support at orsystem.com on the website. You can find all that stuff, but you just reach out and say, hey, look, I have this game, I have this movie, I have this project, whatever, this digital content that I would like to release on the stealth, and I would like to license it and sell it NFTs, right? Buy NFT. And so we'll get the onboarding process rolling from there. And so it's a streamlined process. The main concerns that we have are reviewing the quality, to make sure that, if it's a app, that it works, and if it's, that sort of deal, and the content, to make sure that it's appropriate for the platform, right? We don't distribute not safe for work content on the stealth. Okay. We want to be an all-encompassing, we want a wide market. We don't, if you have not safe for work content, it's not that we're mad at you. It's just that's not for this launcher.
Would you say that's for the stealthier launcher per se?
Yeah, that's for the stealthy ore launcher.
Oh my God. Well, we're gonna have to hop off this interview and go to the R&D team. No, I'm just kidding. So, but that is reassuring, that knowing that everything that is going to be on there has gone through that approval process, has been vetted to not only be a quality material, but of appropriate material. So that's really cool that you guys have the foresight to be able to take control of what makes it onto the launcher and be able to guarantee it in that way. So that really only leaves one question, Jonah. You teased us at the beginning saying that you've launched games off of it, you've bought games off of it, you've experienced the stealth launcher. When does the greater public, when do I get to be able to put that onto my PC and start shopping?
So this will definitely be in Q1 of this year. We're already here, right? It's dependent on a couple of little tiny details that we're working on behind the scenes. The truth is that if we wanted to, we could release it tomorrow, but we are dedicated to details at Ore System, and so we want those details ironed out for the 7 people that would notice those details, right? And so definitely Q1. I'm hoping to have it out by the end of the month. So, 20 days, late February, but don't hold me to that, right? So it is what it is, but it is worth mentioning that if you are an indie developer, if you have an app or something that you would like to distribute, if it, it doesn't have to be blockchain, but if that happens to be the case, we have marketing partnerships as well. So we have programs in place. If you reach out, we can help you get a little access to the market and stuff like that.
That's awesome. I mean, that just truly kind of encompasses everything that we've talked about. You're looking out for the details. You're looking out for the little guys. Sure, you guys are going to, try and make money. It is a business, but you're not being the greedy NFT people, the scam coins, all of that. And I feel like we've covered all of that. I mean, we've covered the OR token, we've covered the Forge, we've covered Osiris Protocol, now we've covered the launcher. we have a complete picture of everything that you're doing, and we are, like you said, 20 days away from really all of this kind of coming to the initial culmination. And it's so exciting to have been a part of it, and talking it through with you, and B, to see what is to come, because like you said, you guys are always thinking ahead. You guys are paying attention to every last detail. So while this is the end of our initial Dev Diary series, I have a feeling there might be some more in the future. Jonah, before we sign off, before we close this chapter in the Dev Diary, is there anything that you want to say to the people at home who have been joining us along this journey?
Hey, thank you. You can head over to or-forge, so orforge.com. You can get your NFTs. Very, very soon, you'll be able to use those NFTs to download your games, your apps, your digital content with the or Stealth launcher. Or hey, if you have content that you would like to distribute on the blockchain, hop over there and put it on there. Don't be afraid to reach out to get support in integrating blockchain into your project. We have those programs in place, so we really have a holistic system, right? And you mentioned, supporting the little guys. We are the little guys, right? We are the little guys, and we are a business, like you said. We're doing this because we don't want to go to work every day. We we're not good enough. We're not actually good enough at games to survive that way professionally, but we are very interested in that industry, and whenever you're involved in that industry, you're not going to work. You're just doing what you like to do, and somebody happens to give you a paycheck. So
that's awesome, Jonah. The not being good at games really hit close to home after last night's escapades in a ranked queue, but we'll leave that for a different conversation. Jonah, it's been an absolute pleasure. You heard the man. or-forge.com. I'll be heading there after this. You should too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
thank you, Robert.